what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Convo with Marlo. Today, take two. Today, I got a special guest here with me today. Who do I have the pleasure being here with?
Mayoral candidate Vanessa Denman.
Vanessa Denman.
Yeah.
Now, before I get into anything, who you are, what do you do, what are you into, all that type of stuff, I gotta say I'm irritated. I'm irritated from yesterday.
Yeah.
Literally, as we're doing the episode or doing a session, the power goes out. I'm here thinking maybe there was a bill I didn't pay, but I just know for a fact because I'm always ahead of these things to avoid stuff like that. And come to find out, it had to do with the renovation that's going out. Oh my God, I was so irritated. Thank God you were cool as you were yesterday. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing.
Oh, it's
Just
fine.
to have you come in the light, leave in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like that.
That was
What I needed to make it happen, and then it took me 2 or 3 weeks to get 100 signatures, and then to those are my that's okay. Those are my guides.
But thank God it's over with.
Yes.
So fast forward the very next day. Again, I appreciate you coming on, making time for me the very next day.
Absolutely.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
a large question.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Vanessa Denman. I am a beloved daughter of Edmonton. And I consider myself a business intuitive consultant. And I've put my heart on my sleeve to step forward for the city in hopes to raise the vibration and make Edmonton awesomely proud again. There's some interesting stuff going on in the city, and I believe through my eyes and my perspective, I can definitely make some shifts and some changes within the city.
For sure. Now, you just said a lot right there. What are some of the things that you feel that our city, Edmonton, Alberta, needs to drastically change, and why?
Well, I think yesterday when we were chatting, I put myself forward in 2021 in that election. And the reason I had stepped forward at that time was they had taken away our free will, in my opinion, with regards to COVID and people having to do things that I don't think they ever thought they'd have to do, and flipped our city upside down. So, wait, what was your question?
The question was, oh man, I'm already.
No, that's okay.
Because I'm so intrigued into what you're saying is, what in the city needs to be changed?
Oh, just our vibration, our internal vibration. So with social media, like I was born before the internet. I was here before cell phones were invented, all of that. And we reach so far outside ourselves to get, to feel good or some sort of accomplishment that as a city, we've done that, but we need to pull our energy all the way back to our hearts and our vibration back to our hearts, and know that we can actually make the changes and the difference in how we treat each other on that simple level, irrelevant to policies and anything else that goes along with governing a city. It's how we treat one another. Just go back to the basics, right? The simple.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the position or trying to get into the position that you're trying to get into as of right now, do you feel there's anything within yourself that you need to change or stay as Vanessa Denman is yesterday to tomorrow? Like, do you feel like you are the right fit?
No matter what, that is one consistent thing we have is change. We are constantly changing. So I believe I would change with what needs to happen. My core and my beliefs won't change, but possibly the way that I'm looking at current situations. And I believe yesterday I had mentioned to you with regards to the emails that I received from people and how I can feel their frustration. I can feel their fear. I can feel them not being heard through those emails, not just reading them, but feeling it. And I'd like to be able to process that energy for the city so that we can start to really grow as a city. And as before, it was positioning Edmonton as world leaders. That was part of my campaign last time I ran.
Yeah. Wow. I haven't done as much homework, but I've been doing a decent amount, and I've seen that the mayor position has been men. It's been men before you.
Yes.
Now, coming in as a woman, for sure people are going to look at you different, talk to you different, approach you different. How are you going to go about that?
Oh, I'll just be myself.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm aggressive. I'm brilliant. And with regards to running businesses, running organizations, managing people, I am quite a leader. So more than anything, I would lead by example, as well as really bring it down to the residents of Edmonton, to the people of Edmonton, because there's so much that goes on above us. Like right now, I'm learning like every second of every day. I get so many emails, and I don't know that certain things are happening in the city. So to be able to filter that information and get the information to the public properly, I think that would probably be one of my greatest assets with that.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things, some of the emails, what are people saying to you in the emails that are making like, oh, this is going on? I never knew that was going on.
Well, there's many things, but the rezoning and the infills that came into place last year is really disrupting communities.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing from the emails is that the city is just approving these permits and then notifying the residents in the community without actually taking it into consideration, like whatever the community is thinking about or how they feel about it. And then letting them know that, oh, we'll send you plans when we have the exact plans from it. But it can't be that across the board for every single community and every single neighborhood. It really does have to be a piece by piece situation that we're looking at, because you do, like, some infills are awesome and some you drive through the community and you're just like, oh God, like it really sticks out. So how are those communities going to raise to that? They're not. They're very much in love with where they currently live and how everything looks. There's got to be different ways to approach how we grow when we're looking for more housing for our communities.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on what you said earlier when I said who are you as a person, or you said aggressive.
Yes.
When you say aggressive, is that more like if someone says something you're not on the same page with, you let them know, hey, I don't really like what you said there, or I feel this type of when you say this. What does aggressive mean?
Aggressive means getting the plan done, getting everything done, actually taking the action to get it done. So if I'm given a list of tasks and to-do lists for the city, I'm going to sit there and check them off one by one by one. Not in a physical sense of aggressive, but in the sense that when stuff needs to get done, I'm there. It's done.
You're on it.
I am on it. Yeah.
See, what I find difficult in that is, how do you prioritize? How do you know what is more important? Like, let's say someone's hitting you up or emailing you about, we need to fix the school zone areas, or downtown is not the best. How do you prioritize?
I think that for me, for this position, it would actually be a learning curve. It would. So I wouldn't be able to tell you an answer for that right now, but it would absolutely have to be a learning curve of where the priorities sit for the public, for everybody, and I keep visualizing field trips with myself and the council to actually go investigate, instead of just taking the emails in and putting it on the agenda and then, we'll get to it, but actually going on field trips around the city and looking at some of these infills and looking at some of this rezoning, and looking at some of the infrastructure that hasn't been completed, at looking at the construction and the noise complaints coming from that, like actually being there at 5 a.m. to see if it actually happens, like really getting involved with what the people are asking, instead of just sitting as a board of directors or, as a council and just putting it on a piece of paper. I see a lot in my eyes, I see a lot of field trips with regards to this position.
You see, what's funny, when I hear you say field trip, I think of literal adults in a yellow bus riding off to whatever area all together and then physically checking out the area that you want to better.
Yes. That's exactly how I visualize. And I love the school bus analogy because, we're not showing up in limos. Do you know what I mean? Get on a bus and go over it. Try the transit. Yeah. How many people that sit on council take the transit every day?
Exactly.
Like experience the city, really experience it.
That's another thing, because a lot of people talk about the safety on public transportation. Because it's been a while since I've took the bus or the train, but there has been times where when I'd be on the bus, today might be the day I have to fight someone. Because you've seen the people that come on the bus there. They got their own situations going on, and some of them aren't fully there. And some of the people that I've had on, I've asked them what is your way of kind of handling or working with or adding safety onto public transportation. Do you have anything to add on to that?
Well, the thing is there's not much that scares me. So I will approach anybody or I'll just send them love. Or I'll ask my angels to talk to their angels to make sure that they're feeling safe in this moment. Or I'll just go start a conversation. How's your day going today? Yeah.
Is it that easy? You think it could be that easy? Just approaching the problem and asking the problem, why are you being the problem right now?
But it's so you might view it as a problem, but I might just view it as a man sleeping on the bus on the way home. Or, a drunk man. Or not just men, but,
for sure.
Had some beverages and fell asleep.
Beverages he didn't share with me.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, I see these are the type of things that I think of, but I guess I don't really think that deeply on them, because in the back of my mind is, what can you do? You can't really, that's the type of mentality I have, but now I'm talking to people that could actually make a change or could probably spark someone else's mind to make a change. And it's funny. Those are just the type of things to me. It's funny to think about, because a few years ago, I'm like, whatever. If I'll deal with the problem when it comes. But now I'm talking to someone that could possibly make a change in that problem. Yeah. One thing I got to tell you, right now I'm just ranting. This is just something that just came to me.
Absolutely.
So we have a new transit or new train.
LRT.
The LRT that's going from, I believe, West Edmonton Mall. I'm not even sure where it's going to. But I just know whenever I'm on the west side of the city, I'm making my way through Collingwood or West Ed, any of those areas, I see it. The construction is wild.
Right.
Everything is single lane. How long do we actually need something like that? And is the train actually needed?
So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, so
course.
maybe even ranting as well.
Yeah.
But I think we're 20 years behind building that LRT.
Wow.
So we should have built it 20 years ago. There is huge limitations. There's like 4 stops and that's it, or 4 areas of Edmonton that it hits. One of my biggest beefs is that it doesn't even come from the airport into the city, which would be...
I never thought about that.
You know, we always talk about tourism and tourists and stuff. Well, how are they getting into the city?
Yeah.
We're spending billions of dollars and we can't even bring people in from the airport to come view our city. And then we also just limit them to a couple of spots in which they can go, because I don't believe it's going to be built throughout the entire city. It's specific areas. Do we need it? Some could say we need it. From what I know, Edmonton and Edmontonians are I think the 3rd largest city with individuals that have vehicles or more than 1 or 2 vehicles per household. And we were like at 75% when I read this study, which means that 25% are using the public transit, but the majority of us as a city have our own vehicles or have multiple vehicles. And so we've never actually had to rely on that. There are a lot of people moving to Edmonton, though, that do not have vehicles. So there's a balance that we've got to be able to figure out instead of just making these snap decisions and be like, okay, we're $4 billion, $1 billion LRT, let's do it. But then we're missing out on so many other communities that could benefit from it. But the infrastructure to make that happen, it like even on the West End, that's where I live. It boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind. What I dream of is that it just stops. Whatever construction, they just tie it up, whatever. This is what I dream of. And that West Edmonton Mall, the big concrete towers that they have all around West Ed? Turn that into a ride. West Ed purchase them, turn it into a ride, and we'll just leave it as such. But that's just me dreaming.
When you say ride, like
another roller coaster or something. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like another, have that connected to Galaxyland.
Yeah. Would that be awesome, right? Because then it would be like, well, it's part of it. So, but yeah. And the time frame and the money is just very interesting with this, with that project specifically. Yeah. But that's one of my biggest beefs is it doesn't actually come from the airport.
That's great. Yeah, I like that you brought that up because I never thought about that. Because I fly frequently, and especially places like Toronto and Vancouver. Soon as you hit that airport, there's nowhere you cannot go. This train will take you in. This train will almost take you to your backyard. If that's how much places it has to go. And until you just brought it up right now, I'm like, yeah, that's true. We don't have a train. Like, we should have a train that leaves the airport going to at least downtown somewhere. But like, as soon as you land here in Yeg, you better either know somebody that lives here that could pick you up, or have enough Uber to make your way to wherever you're going. So that's actually a good idea. But that'd be another $4 or $5 billion, another 10 years, one lane. Imagine one lane going to the airport. There's enough traffic already. That would for sure cause a strike or something. I can't see that going too smooth. But that.
No, it's pretty interesting. And also, just in conversations with people and emails, the safety of the downtown LRT came into question. And some gentleman said he would not allow his daughters to travel on the LRT. And I thought about that. And so I'm actually going to go to the LRT and travel downtown this weekend and see how I feel about it. Because my mom used to use it all the time, and she's an older lady.
But what time do you plan? It's all about the time. What time do you plan on?
And that's just it. I guess I'll just have to experience that. But from my mother's perspective, she would take it around downtown when she was still working at the university, and she never mentioned anything like that to me ever. And so unless it really created in the last year or two, which it might have, I've got to go experience it for myself.
You really want to do that to yourself?
Absolutely.
Because if it's one thing I could tell you, if you really want to experience or what that man was talking about in the email, you either go early in the morning when people are going to school, go around 4 or 5 or 3:30 to 5 when everyone's off, or when there's no sun out. When there's no sun out, that's when the crazies come out. That's when you really gotta walk around like this at all times. But I mean, one thing about you that's standing out, you're really different from everybody else that I've been talking to.
I am.
And I mean that in the best way, because a lot of these guys, they talk about things that happened to them years ago, or they talk about positions they know they wouldn't really put themselves in anymore because they don't have a reason to. You're not just talking it, you're walking it too. Well, as of right now you're just talking it, but the way you're talking about it, I know you're gonna walk it.
I have to experience it to be able to even talk about it. I have to experience. And it doesn't matter what happened in the past. We're here right now in this one moment. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody is. So if I don't go check it out today or tomorrow, then I truly don't have the experience of what the people that are emailing me and giving me their, take on the city, their experience on the city, then I'm disconnected as a leader for them. I have to be in in the moment every single time and go check it out. That's why I keep visualizing those field trips all the time.
I feel sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. That's it. Yes.
I feel like if you manage to bring all the candidates with you and the people running for counselor and the current counselor on that exact trip that you're talking about, taking the LRT, I promise you a lot of things will change within the same month.
Yeah.
I can already see it. I can feel it. Especially if you go around the times I just told you, there will be a change within 60 days. I can almost promise it.
And that's the thing, because that's what we all need to do. It doesn't matter who's running. We're all here putting ourselves forward, but experience it. The only reason we're on this planet is to live it, right? We're alive to live it. And if we're not feeling safe in our communities, in our home, in our city, I can't just sit in my home. I have to go experience what they're experiencing.
Yeah.
Right? What they're experiencing. So. Yeah.
Sheesh. No, that's definitely a nice way to like put things like into perspective. Now with everything you got going on, when do you know it's the right time to do anything? And what I mean by that is, let's say right now we're talking about the safety of public transportation. When do you know it's the right time to post up on Instagram or wherever you promote whatever it is that you're talking about? When do you know, okay, today's Monday, 12 p.m. Let me post this up to let people know that this is my current concern?
I don't. I actually don't post concerns, nor have I. And I thought about it. I thought about it in July. And I was like, okay, what should I do for social media? And then I started to go through all of, the main 10 issues that are currently in all the conversations. And no matter how I looked at it, I kept pushing it towards what is the beauty of Edmonton. So, like, I couldn't get on board with those issues because that's putting more energy in the, lack of infrastructure, the infills, the noise complaints, everything that is rolling through. And I literally took a left turn and I was like, okay, I'm just going to post anything that's beautiful and everything I love about Edmonton. And that's all that's Instagram. It's all the pictures of the sun coming up, the moon, the beauty that's there. And that's it.
I was looking for your page and I saw that. I'm like, is this the right person?
Yep.
I didn't think that was you because I'm thinking there's no face pictures, nothing that has to do with politics, nothing. So I'm like, this can't be the right person. So that's your page.
That is my page, yeah. And I haven't done any social media. I haven't had social media for a very long time. And but with the Instagram, it's truly just bringing the beauty that I see every day. So when we have communities not seeing beauty, that's when I would have to take an action step and be like, okay, what's going on that they can't see what I see? And then actually see what they see and then see if I can transmute it a little bit. And it's really cool because a couple years ago, I worked with a gentleman, a young man. He came up to me and he goes, did you run for council? And I was like, yeah, I ran for mayor in 2021. And he goes, I wrote a paper on you in high school. And I was like, oh. And he goes, because you had no social media, I thought you were the best for the position, the best candidate for the position. And I was so blessed in my heart because you think that social media will benefit. But if I'm sitting there putting more energy on some negative topics, that doesn't help us grow at all. So if I can just show some beauty and hopefully people realize I do have a brain in here as well, then it's just a different vibration. It's a different feel. It's like you said, you speak a little bit differently than the other candidates, and that's a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah. Because with the candidates, with the other guys, and obviously this is not me not knocking anybody down.
No, and I'm not. Sure. No, I'm just different.
It's just people like to take one thing and completely 180 it. Yeah. But with them it's straight. I could talk to them about life, and they always try to find a way to bring it back to being the mayor, counselor. Which, trust me, I get it. But I'm trying to get people to see that there is more to you than just that. But I understand that I'm bringing you here to up the vote or get more people to. I get it. I completely get it. But with you, that there's a lot more to it, and that's
that's why I was so excited yesterday. Like, I was a little bit nervous at the beginning, but that's just because that's just me, and I don't really like cameras and stuff like that. But this position, I would obviously have to step in there and feel very confident about that. But I thought this was a great opportunity for you to ask me questions, because the city doesn't know me. And no matter what I say about a policy, I was chatting with a beautiful woman from, she works for the city of St. Albert. I met her last weekend. Yeah. Pardon me. And she, I do find this as an opportunity for people to get to know me.
Definitely.
Yeah. Without, that's what I was saying, condemned. So I was chatting with her, and I said, no matter if I have an affiliation to a party, I'm condemned. Even if I don't have one, I'm condemned. Whatever I choose on either side of the situation or the policy that is, being presented, or the email that's being sent with concerns, I'm condemned. There's always the two sides. So as long as, and I know I'm using the word condemned, but it's actually true, because this one lovely lady, she was like, I will find out who you are affiliated with. And I was like, I'm not affiliated with anybody, but if you find someone, let me know. So it's
why
really,
is she so on you about that?
I have no idea. Yeah. I really had no idea. And I laughed in my heart, because she's angry about something, or she's angry about some political party, or some person that ran in that political party, or something that happened. And so she views me as that same, and I'm not that same. I'm a little bit different than the usual.
You see, why I wonder why people are like that. If they don't have a story, they're gonna make one.
Yeah.
If they don't have anything on you, best believe they'll find something to make. Yeah. I never understood that, because I'm telling you, I'm not part of anything. I'm not affiliated, but for some reason in your mind, I just am. Like, I just have to be.
There has to be two sides, and that's that duality. So I represent both sides, and that unity, both balances. There's no right or there's no wrong. Like, we know that. And I think that would be one of the first things I would do as mayor, is write a letter to the city of Edmonton, to all the residents, and apologize for all the past wrongdoings that other mayors have done and council has done, and decisions they hadn't liked, and every penny dropped or lost, and every program failed. I would write that story, because then the blame would start to dissipate, and then we could take some steps forward. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Apologizing for something you never did.
Nope.
For all the past.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's just
a very mature move.
Just to clear all of the energy for that. And maybe some people, like, from my heart, I would write this, right? And maybe that would actually start to, people could breathe and sit back and be like, okay, what can we do with this city? How great can we make it, right?
Yeah. Whoa. That's definitely, you see, that's the conversation I fear not a lot of people are ready for, or ready to have, because you'll run into people that say, well, I didn't do it. What am I apologizing for? You didn't do anything, or unless maybe she's hiding something, and then there goes the story. There goes another story they're going to make. But I really like that approach, because one is showing maturity, and two, just like you just said, is showing that you and the city is ready to move forward.
Yes.
And now who knows what's to follow.
Yes.
Anything could come about it right after that.
Yeah, it's quite brilliant. Because there's and some people are quite disengaged as well. Like, they're just like, oh, city council, whatever. This is the city I live in. It is what it is. Yeah. They may vote. They may not vote. But it'll start to balance things out just a little bit better, because there's some people that are just like, the city's in control of my life. And I want to make sure that people are in control of their own lives.
Definitely.
So in that leadership position, I have the ability to teach and train the city how to take care of themselves, how to make sure that they are in control by, using the system that we have in place.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to put it. What's next? And when I say what's next, like, what is the rest of this week looking like for you?
So there are many things on my calendar for the next, 55 days. And there's been some very beautiful invitations. And all I'm doing is showing up, first and foremost, and listening. Because I have no idea what certain groups are thinking, what certain organizations are thinking. Some of them are meet and greets. Some of them are, we're going to tell you about our company. We're going to tell you about our organization. These are some of our greatest concerns. We're going to have a round table. Yeah, so like I'm involved in a round table on Thursday for healthcare. And so I'm there to listen, to learn, and then to really understand what these organizations, these communities, some community invitations, where they're actually at. So that is my next step, is to ensure I show, when I'm invited, show up. That's all I have to do. Maybe bring a couple business cards, right? And listen and take notes. I take lots of notes.
Are you ready for the tough questions that may possibly come your way?
Yeah, I think every question is tough. So even if it's the person asking the question, irrelevant if I have the answer or not, at least their voice is finally getting heard, right? Yeah. I'm okay with the tough questions. I may not be able to answer them, but I'm absolutely throw anything at me. We'll see if it sticks.
Because I've seen some videos of these are just random politicians in Brazil, the States, overseas, just wherever, and they get hit with questions they did not expect, and you see their face change. And they start kind of like, here's the question, and here's how they're answering. They're just doing circles around it.
Yeah.
And I'm staring at it like, man, what do you do? What do you say? Because everything's on camera too. Yeah. You can't tell the camera, hey, edit it, because they don't work for you. They're not gonna edit anything for you. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking. Are you ready for the tough questions? Who knows what the tough questions may be? They might not even be any.
Yeah, I'm okay to look squirmish. I'm absolutely okay to not know the answer, because there's nobody, all of my comrades that are currently running, there is nobody that knows all the answers.
For sure.
And I think it's interesting because there's a debate happening, I think it's September 18th. And there is, some individuals, well, I need to know what the questions are. Well, sorry, you're not going to get the questions. There's only 2 people that know the questions or something like that. I think that was the answer I heard. But I was like, sweet, I don't know anything anyways. Let me show up. We'll see what happens. And if I look like a ding dong on camera, it is what it is. It doesn't matter, because there's no way any of us know all the answers. There's no way. And a manufactured answer, that's what's really hard for me to get on board with, is the manufactured answer, the written answer. And you can see it in every one of their interviews.
Definitely.
Over and over and over again. And it's just like, okay, and they have it memorized. And I'm just like, I can't do it, because I don't know what that person's truly experienced, or what that policy, I haven't read the policy. It's not in my hands. I don't know the notes or the meeting minutes from the last, 2 years of council meetings to how they dealt with it. There's so many questions that I have, right? So many questions. So it's, I'm okay if I look like a ding dong in front of the camera. I'm absolutely okay with that. And I'm okay being vulnerable and not knowing the answer, because the information to get to these huge questions that are being asked, you're working with about 1 million people.
Definitely.
You can't say 2 sentences and be like, okay, that's the right answer, right on for everybody. There's no way.
Yeah. You see, what I really like is you're not afraid to be wrong. There's a lot of guys out here, they have to be picture perfect. Yeah. Everything has to be made out of gold. Everything that they say. And the fact that you're not afraid to look bad or be wrong is another reason why I feel like you're a good fit. But what the hell do I know?
What do we both know? I don't know.
What do I know? Another thing, I didn't think this would happen, but as I'm interviewing certain individuals, I'm starting to gain feelings for these guys. Like now I'm starting to become biased. I'm like, man, I kind of like this guy more than this guy. Oh, whoa, you just said that. I think I like you more now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm hearing what you have to say, what he had to say, what they all had to say, I'm like, oh man, I wish I could vote more than once.
Yeah,
but it's just,
exactly.
Now I feel like I'm in a tough position, but obviously it really comes down to what you stand for, what you're going to bring to the light, how you're going to be different. One question that I really got to ask, because I noticed this happens a lot, like in politics elsewhere, I'm not too sure about here, is you say one thing, or when I come into office, I'm going to give everybody a 10% raise.
Right.
And then when you get into office, you don't do any of that.
Right.
People email you about your promise. You don't hold on to the promise. You don't keep to your promise. Obviously, I know what the answer is going to be, but are you going to have that approach? Are you going to be that type?
Well, I think that's why I'm almost veering away from responding to some emails, because then that locks me into, oh, I said this at this point. But is that truly what I want to do? And or in the position when you start to learn what's going on, is it truly what I can do? In the mayor position, you do have some control, though. You do, as opposed to council. So that is exciting to me. So in my opinion, how I present the ideas, and it will always be for the betterment of us, of humanity.
For sure.
Might not be for the betterment of the city of Edmonton as a corporation, but as us as residents, my decisions will be always topped off, sprinkled with, is it for the betterment of us as residents of this city, and for for being a human being and compassionate with one another? Are we making these decisions appropriately? So, but yeah, that's a great question, because I realized that I wrote something to somebody, and then I wrote something, same topic, but then I thought about it and I was like, oh, well, actually, no, I feel this way. And the more information I learn, and this is day by day by day, the more information I learn, it changes my answer that day.
Yeah.
So, great question. Really good question.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we tend to forget that you're people, you're a person too.
Yeah.
Like, because we see you behind, or we see you on the big
That's
screen
true.
all the time. So it gets to a point where we expect you to be able to handle all of our problems within the snap of a finger.
Right.
And when you don't do that, then that's when the hecklers come about. Oh, you said this, you're doing that, or I could never see myself. You could be a dictator or whatever it is. It's just, I can never see myself coming up to you and be like, yo, you said you're gonna do this, but you never did that. What's wrong with you? And then start getting all more vulgar with my language and stuff.
Yeah.
But I understand why people do that, because they had something to look towards, but
Yes.
it just never happened.
Yeah.
So I get the frustration.
Absolutely. And that emotional connection. And a lot of people think that when that one piece is tweaked, the rest of their life will work out for the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
And that's what we all hope for, but it doesn't work like that, because it has to come from the inside. And no matter who yells at me or what have you, they're just throwing energy at me for their own, I'm not saying satisfaction, but they're trying to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that, but I won't absorb it. I definitely won't absorb it. And, hopefully I can get ahead of that by understanding exactly what I'm learning. And like I say, day by day by day. And the more, in the position, the more information that comes from behind that, even better. Yeah. So I don't think I promise anybody anything other than to raise the vibration of the city. So that's using the map of consciousness, and that's on my website and stuff like that. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm promising that. Put me in that position, and literally we've already raised our vibration to 200. So if anyone's looking at that scale, they'll be like, "Huh, interesting." And that's just going out on a limb. Yeah. That one is courage. So I'm asking everybody to vote. Doesn't matter who you vote for, you will feel empowered in your heart when you go and vote. And there's no right or wrong answer to voting. It's a private, intimate thing with yourself.
Definitely.
Right.
And you said what? That's 55 days from now?
Yeah.
That's
ticking. Yeah, I know. And then pre-vote is
there's pre-vote?
Yeah, you can vote before, I think it's October 7th to the 11th. Yeah, I might be off on those days, but yeah, you can vote before October 20th.
No way.
Yeah.
And I was being told too that you have to make an account now. You have to make a digital account before you could vote.
Not to my knowledge, no. No.
Because apparently Premier Smith, Danielle Smith, brought something in. I really hope I'm stating this right, because I'm almost sure this is how it's said. You have to make an account on some type of website digitally to vote, because they want to keep data. They want to keep track. I was really just told this like 2 days ago. Maybe I'm butchering it, but it was something along those lines.
I will have to look into that and get back to you.
I'll look into it.
maybe they do want to track it, but we're still doing the same old vote. If you've got your voter's card, it just goes to the address on your driver's license.
Yeah.
And I highly doubt they're going to make you open a digital. There was a couple of things with regards to that, and that might also have to be with people that were trying to that had like needed mobility access so they could vote from home.
Oh, okay.
So there's a couple different things with that, but I would have to look into if that was just 2 days ago that was dropped. I have no idea.
Yeah. That I was just told that, but I'll look more into that because.
Yes, I will too.
Yeah. Oh man.
But go out and vote, even if you have to make an
definitely.
account. But I'm not like, I don't do apps. I don't do, like, I just got a cell phone last year. I had a landline for the last 5 years.
Landline?
Yep.
They still make those?
Yes.
Like you had yours with the curly wire and everything? No way.
Yes.
Not even wireless.
It might have been battery powered. Yeah.
What made you recently go
Well, I did. Like, I removed myself from social media. So once you start to really open up your mind and your heart and your third eye, you can feel everything.
Yeah.
And these are all our gorgeous gifts that we we're gifted when we're born.
Definitely.
We forget about them, though. And so once I really started to get into that, I thought I was losing my mind because I could feel everything that was in my phone, everything that was like on my email, Facebook, Instagram, everything like that. So then I removed myself from my own cell phone and started to feel a little bit better. And so no matter what, I needed a phone, so I needed a landline.
So let's say you did end up winning in 2021. What about though? You definitely need a phone then. There's no way you could be in there without a phone.
I would request my BlackBerry back.
BlackBerry?
I miss my BlackBerry
God.
so much.
You're saying things I haven't heard in so long. Landline, BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Holy.
Well, the Pentagon uses BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Like you can't. They're more secure than these fluffy little phones here.
Yeah.
And so I want my BlackBerry back. I want the letters on there. I don't like the touch screen. I had a little ball.
The keyboards that are like this big.
Yep. And I had the little ball that rolled on it. Yep. Absolutely. I want my BlackBerry back.
What? That's like 09.
Oh yeah,
08.
absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a while back because I never had a BlackBerry, but my older siblings, they all had Blackberries, and I think last time I even heard BlackBerry had to be like 2012. Had to be.
I think that's like mine like just died or zapped or something.
Yeah.
And it was around that time. But like with my businesses, I always ran them off a BlackBerry. So this is before, the time that we're in now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yes, if I did win back then, they would have given me an office cell phone. Right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for sure. That's basically all I got to ask you. People that are trying to get to you, that are trying to contact you, for those that haven't emailed you yet that would like to, what'd be the best way to reach you?
Vote VanessaDenman.com or VanessaDenman.com. And there's a contact page in there, or you can just send it to contact@VanessaDenman.com for email. And if you really want my cell number, I will give it to you guys.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
55 more days. How do you feel?
I feel great. And I feel actually even 10 times better speaking with you because you're speaking to me. You're not speaking to the policies.
Yeah.
And you're also allowing Edmonton to get to know me. You're asking some, nice questions, some personal questions.
Tough questions. Oh, I heard in 2021, nothing that crazy.
No, I'm not saying tough or rough or anything. You can ask me anything you want, but that just, you're letting my personality shine for the city.
No, if it's
I appreciate that.
One thing I got to say I really like about you is your aura. You're funny. You have a sense of humor. Everybody, and again, not to knock everybody, but everybody's so back straight, hands together, interlocked, and professionalism this, professionalism that. And it's okay to have a sense of, because there's no way you're like this when you're in front of your kids. There's no way you're like this when you're at home.
That's so true. Yeah. And am just really excited that I had the opportunity to do this with you. And it's funny because you were like, oh, thank you for responding to me. And I was like, this is great. This is what I need more of.
Yeah.
Is individuals like you that are, have their own thing going on and just like, hey, just come on in, have a conversation with me and we'll see where it goes. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
And again, having a sense of humor really goes a long way.
Yeah.
And like being real easy to talk to. Well, especially getting into this world that you're trying to get into, you have to be easy to talk to.
Yes.
Because if not, the Reddit's gonna start being on you, coming up with stories. It's the whole thing. You know what Reddit is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just something you don't want to be on.
Yeah.
Unless it's something good.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But that's anything.
That's true.
We can't just pick one program.
Yeah.
That's anything.
Do you think, my last question
Yes.
here, do you think right now, like you said, we're 55 days away.
Yeah.
You think when we're 3 days away, 2, 1, 15 minutes away, you think your heart's going to start beating out your chest?
No, I don't think so. Hopefully I'll be sitting with you having another conversation and we'll be giggling. We'll be giggling.
Yeah.
No, because I just lean into the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just lean back. Like I just lean back and I'm in the universe because I had zero expectations when I ran in 2021.
Yeah.
This time I have zero expectations, right? Same thing. Yeah. I'm just putting a lot more effort into it this time. And ensuring that I'm really getting myself out there. And like I said, meeting as many people as I can, door knocking. Like I even had to door knock to get my petition signed, like my nomination signed. Yeah. So,
and how many you got to do for that?
Just 100, which is still a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's not people. This is me asking people off the street.
Yeah.
And I got great vibes from a whole bunch. They were like, wow, absolutely, let me sign it.
It's because you have good aura. You have good energy. You give off good energy when you talk. And like I said, you're quick-witted. Yes. You're one of those, I could say something, you have a rebuttal for it. And it's a funny rebuttal. Something I'm like, okay, let me let my real self out because I'm seeing you're doing the same.
Yes.
And that I really appreciate you for that. Another thing I appreciate you for, is getting back to me quick. Because there's some people that I message them August 1st. They get back to me September 9th.
Oh, wow.
And I always like,
yeah.
What do you want me to do with it? Like, the time's long gone now.
Yes.
I'm not even in the country right now.
Yes.
You know, what can I do with that?
Yes.
So there's a lot of things I appreciate you for, and I really do wish you the best. And I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying it. I really do mean that.
Thank you.
There's a lot of things coming your way.
Thank you.
So 55 days.
I know. And those are good numbers. If you look up the angel numbers 555, it's pretty good.
What does 555 mean?
Well, Google it.
Google it.
Everybody Google it.
I got to do it after.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
some gorgeousness in there. Lots of good energy.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What do you have going on after this?
I'm going to go probably have some more beers with the guys from work.
By beers, you mean juice.
I mean juice. I meant juice.
Apple juice, orange juice.
I meant orange juice.
Yeah, there you go. Again, I appreciate having you on. Is there any final things you want to say before I wrap it up?
No, just vote Vanessa Denman, votevanessadenman.com. And if you truly want my cell number, reach out to Marlo.
Sounds good. It's your boy Convo with Marlo.
And Vanessa Denman.
And I'm out.